me the thumbs up. Let me know in the comments. And this is by request. Should have happened sooner, let's be honest. But several folks, including our one and only Lisa Kelly, had asked for some seller scripts for Texting Tuesday. If you're like most folks, if you're in a market like most other folks, it's extremely low inventory. And so let's give you some ways that you can generate some seller leads, some seller referrals, some seller conversations through text, email, on social media, and on the old phone. I'm just making sure that we are good to go. It does look like it's working. I would love for this to be as interactive as possible. This one is going to be different than some Tuesdays in the sense that I'm going to share a number of different scripts. So this isn't going to be me, watching over my shoulder as I send a script. I want to share a number of scripts that you can use, and then you pick whichever one you want to use, and use one this week and use one next week and use one, and we'll dig in. But I kind of want to give a little bit of a treasure trove here, and then I'll probably use a number of these over the next few weeks and months, so you can see those as well. So again, give me a big thumbs up, comment below. Let's go ahead and we'll get to digging in here. Okay, so before I get into the scripts, I just have some notes here. I kind of already mentioned this, but I'll reiterate. These can be used by email, by text, social media, outbound phone calls, on inbound phone calls, anything, okay? They might have to be adapted and tweaked and, massaged a little bit. Many of them are what I would say mix and match. So you can take pieces, they're almost like Lego building blocks, where you can take pieces and insert and move here and so forth. So we'll cover that, which I guess the point there is it's a lot more than 9, I think is what I counted, when you take into a fact that you can kind of mix and match. Some can be used more frequently than others, potentially even weekly, if you do it right, let's say. And then the last thing, and this is really important because I have this conversation a lot. People ask me often, what's the best way to generate seller leads? If we're doing lead generation, what's the best way for me to generate cold leads that are sellers? And I would say, in my opinion, right now, the very best way to do that is with a buyer offer, but a strategic buyer offer. And I'll give you 2 examples. Number 1 would be a new construction offer. Number 2 would be a homes with land offer, or homes with acreage, or homes, 1+ acre homes. Even luxury, okay? Here's why. With those offers, you're going to generate a significant percentage of leads that also have a home to sell. And by significant, I'm talking about much greater than 50, 60, 70% even in some cases, in some markets, depending on some different things. And so think about it this way. For most people, other than when the sale of their home is a forced event, a job transfer or something like that, for most other folks, they decide that they're going to buy a different home before they're going to sell. Okay, so we've got the opportunity for multiple transaction sides, and we're building a seller database in disguise. Okay, so now if you would like to chat with us about, we can build out that client pipeline for you. We can do it as a one-time service or ongoing. If you'd like to chat about that, you can schedule a time to chat at josh15.com, or you can email, comment below, send me a private message, whatever the case may be. But that is, in my opinion, the best way. Now, the next best way is one that's been tried and true for us, which is just a free weekly list of all the just sold homes in blank area. Okay, so that would be another one. The thing with that is, no matter how much you call out saying, that the messaging to existing homeowners, you're still going to get people that are renters and so forth. So there's no foolproof way. It's been my experience that the best way to get motivated sellers is to hit them with a great buyer offer, with those that are looking to trade up or those that might be looking to downsize or right size. Shane has a great point here. Agreed. You can actually still target home ownership or pay a bid premium for homeowners on Google. So by running a Google pay-per-click campaign targeting homeowners, you will get the seller. Yeah, totally. I totally agree with that, Shane. What our experience is, the cost per lead is much higher on Google, and we can still get them on Facebook. We're going to get the same people, but we're going to get a higher, we're going to get a bigger database, let's say, and we're still going to get those home sellers. But I totally agree. And really, we're seeing some good success on Google pay-per-click as well. Lisa says, Arg, I had to take a call right when you got on. You didn't miss much. And yeah, the replay will be available once we wrap up. Okay, so let's get into the actual scripts here. And I have them broken down here as best I can, kind of chunked here. So script number one. This is the reverse psychology script, and this is a great one. This is one that this is a great one that has worked fantastic. I've used it, I think, twice over the last few months, and the response rate when you word it this way is phenomenal. If I know you're not ready to move right now, and you could even say sell right now. Okay, if you know for sure that this message is going only to existing homeowners. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. The way this one's phrased, this one would go to a buyer database. I know you're not ready to move right now, but when you are ready, do you have a home you'd need to sell first? So that is a great one to send to those existing buyer leads to shake the trees and see, oh, which of these people also own a home. A great one. In fact, I'm probably going to use this one this week. Maybe even today while we're still live, now that I got myself excited about it. Here's the next one. With everything that's happened and is still happening with COVID, just curious, are you living in your dream or ideal home right now? Okay. Now, this one, again, is one that you could use to generate seller opportunities from your entire database, right? So this isn't specifically necessarily going only to sellers, right? But in the follow-up, you would determine, okay, do you currently own the home that's not the perfect dream home for you, or are you renting? Okay. Here's another variation of the reverse psychology. I know you're not ready to move right now, but when you do make a move, will you, man, I got some typos here. Will you be trading up, or would you be downsizing? Or, as I think a great variation for that Lisa, I think it was Lisa, shared, right sizing. I love that. Okay, so those are several. So here's what I think I'll do. We'll share all of these examples, and then I will actually go and use one of these, get some conversations going, hopefully. Here's another one you can use. This is very direct. Inventory is historically low right now. Have you heard anyone in your neighborhood talking about selling? It's very direct. And you can absolutely send that. You could send that to your whole database. Again, this doesn't have to be, this is another one. It doesn't have to only go to sellers, right? Everybody lives in a neighborhood of some kind. I mean, maybe not if they live on a 100-acre farm, but you get the idea, right? Okay, so inventory is historically low right now. Have you heard anyone in your neighborhood talking about selling? Another way you could frame this is, who do you know that's thinking about selling? Okay, similar, but just a slightly different way to do it. Okay, this one. Now this one, and there's several variations of this one. Are you still interested in selling your home at blank? This is obviously going to go to seller leads. So leads you've previously generated or leads you have. Okay. Another one, another variation is would be, just curious, is your home at address still for sale? Okay. Now this would go to FSBOs, expireds, or cash offer type of leads. And for the record, sending this to, say, Z buyer seller leads or those type of seller leads as a follow-up, the question, is it still for sale? Is it still for sale? Is going to get a ton of response. Now, some people are going to say, no, it's not. Okay. This is a script that I had Mike on my team send out to all of the FSBOs that I've kind of accumulated over the last several months. I had him send that out yesterday and got a ton of conversations started. I just basically asked, is your for sale by owner still for sale? And some of them, it was no, they had sold it, and that's great. And some of it was, and it created conversations and opportunities. So, so that's another great one. Okay. Here's one. This is an oldie but a goodie. I forget who we got this from. This one might be from Michael Mayer from Seven Levels. I can't remember his book, actually. It's a referral. He's a referral guy. And his book is a great book. I just can't remember the title of the book. Anyway, action requested. This is kind of scripted as it would be on social media, right? You would tweak this if you were sending a text or an email. In fact, we'll tweak it in a minute here, but action requested. Homes in Cumberland County are selling fast and for top dollar right now. Please finish this sentence. If I could get blank for my Cumberland County house, I'd move. Send me a message or email me with the answer. Who knows? Maybe it could happen. So the text version of that would be, homes in Central PA are selling fast and for record amounts right now. Please finish this sentence. If I could get blank amount for my house, I'd move. Who knows? Maybe it could happen. Okay. That would be, you could send that as a text message, or obviously, you could send that as an email. The email would be pretty much the same. You could put action requested or response requested as the subject line, and then a similar text right there. Okay. So that's another one. Here's another one. I think this is another one of Michael's. Quick question. Genuinely curious here, and please think about the home you currently live in on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being not selling now and 10 being would sell my home today, where do you find yourself on that scale? Please just answer a number. For any specific questions, please private message me. What's your number? Looking forward to seeing your answer. Okay, so that one obviously is scripted and crafted for social media to get engagement, etc. Okay, here is some examples of our come list me 3-step seller referral script. And this one has proven time and time again. Okay, need help. And this one is similar to others, okay? This one is similar to others, but they're variations, right? And the more variations we have, the more we can use these so that we're not saying the same exact thing every time. There is an inventory shortage of homes here in blank area. Due to low interest rates and special financing, there are way too many buyers than homes to put them in. If you could get a great price on your home, would you be interested in entertaining an offer? If you or anyone you know is looking to sell, call or text us at, whoops, I took this from an example. I'll put it in my numbers. Okay. This is another, oh, that's the exact same thing pretty much. Sorry about that. Now, do we have, I may have forgotten one variation. Yeah, so just sold stories, and I'll add, so I'll share this doc with this and I'll add some examples. But telling a story, hey, or just sold / under contract / pending stories, right? So and I need to do a better job of this, right? So telling a story of, hey, we just listed so-and-so's property in, you know, so I'll do one off the cuff. We just listed Devin's home in Enola, and we had multiple offers in less than a week's time. We still have a ton of buyers looking in the area, but there aren't many homes to sell them. Who do you know that's thinking about selling? So taking this script above and just adding a layer of a little bit of a story about an example of something that just happened, you know. Our client's home at 452 Pritchard Court just went under contract in 72 hours with multiple offers. We still have a ton of buyers who are interested in the neighborhood. Who do you know that's thinking about selling? Okay. Something along those lines. Okay. This is an example of a matchmaker or market maker type of communication. This is inspired by Dean Jackson, another phenomenal marketer. So here's the backstory for this. You would use this, and I would encourage you to think this way pretty much anytime you're taking clients out for showings. Okay. So, if you've got showings scheduled for this weekend with clients, you can use that, leverage that right now by email, by social media, and by text. So this is an example. Hey, Gene, I'm showing houses on Saturday morning to a wonderful couple looking for a 4-bed, 2.5-bath home in CV schools. There aren't a lot available right now that fit the criteria they're looking for. Have you heard anyone talking about selling in the area? Maybe we can match them up with this couple. Thanks in advance. Okay. You start using that and you use it strategically and you use it ethically, right? You got to actually be working with clients. You got to actually be showing them homes. I mean, you could, if you're not actually going out to show them homes, but they're pre-approved, and maybe they're pre-approved and there literally aren't any houses available right now that fit their criteria. You could use that story too. Okay. All right. Here are a few that were inspired or swiped from Tom Ferry as well. Credit where credit is due. And this one is, oh, I already have this one above, but it was along the same lines. So with everything that's transpired and is happening with COVID, I have to ask, are you living in your dream or ideal home right now? Have you had any thoughts of selling, maybe trading up or trading down? Okay. With the tremendous increase in buyer demand and very few great homes on the market, I have to ask, at what price would you become a seller? At what price would you become a seller? You know, there are a lot of people, or potentially a number of people in your database, that at some price they would become a seller, and they may not even realize, you know, how much of an increase there has been for their property, right? And if they could net another 50,000 in equity, let's say, would they become a seller? And then very direct and simple. Do you know anybody who's thinking about selling? Have you heard anybody talking about selling? Okay. That would be a great sort of follow-up. I don't know that I would send that, you know, as a direct message per se, but that would be a great follow-up. So I will ask any comments, questions, thoughts, or ideas, and then we'll go ahead and send one of these out to my list, or to a portion of my list. Lisa says, ironically, this week's video is about 4 options I give folks when buying while selling. This will work great with that. Write that. Right on. Like the low inventory one. How about changing of who do you know? Yes. Who do you know? So that is a great. That is a great. Did I change one to that? But that is a great way of, yeah, the who do you know? By the way, that is a couple of phrases that you want to use often, or who do you know, and your next best steps are. Who do you know? Your next, now unrelated, right? Unrelated, but those transitional statements will will serve you really well. And when you frame it as who do you know? Who do you know? What did I put? 11, 10, 20, 20? Didn't I put that? Yeah. Oh, 11, 20. I did not put that. Janelle, thank you for pointing that out. I'll have to edit that. And now look at the crowd we have now. Very good. So the who do you know phrasing is important, and will get people, it'll get their reticular activating system going. It'll get them thinking about, you know, who have a, another way is, you know, who have you heard that's talking about, or who have you heard talking about selling, or who have you heard mentioning selling their home, things of that nature. I love it. By the way, if you jumped on late, I will share this document. I'll add it to the description of this video, and once we wrap up, it'll be available on demand. Let's see here, a couple other things. I posted a pic of a flying house the other day here in the group. That the selling house one would be great. Email with the graphic. Absolutely. I remember we did one that said, I'm showing homes in the, who do you know? Yep, exactly. So that was this one. That was this one right here. And again, that could be, you could shorten that down and use it as a text. It works great as an email, and it can work great as a social media post as well. So let's go ahead and fire one of these out right now. So let's go. My smart thing on. Clear filters. And you know what? I think I'm going to use this because I'll go ahead and do this here. So I'm going to go to page 2 of this because I've been generating a lot of new leads, and I have a pretty extensive follow-up campaign that goes out to them now. So we'll go to the next 100 here. Okay, yeah, so this is an older lead, so that's good. So we'll go mass text, and we're going to use this script here. We're going to go this one. I know you're not ready to move right now. Again, reverse psychology. But when you are ready, do you have a home you need to sell first? But when you are, I know you're not ready to move right now, but when you are ready, do you have a home to sell first? Thanks. Okay. Send that. Send that. I'm just making sure there's some of these folks that they're on my my active client activity list. This came back in. So I'll send it to those folks too. Oh, wow. Great crowd at this point. Great crowd. So thanks to that, let's leverage that. What questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas? What other scripts are you finding? Is there anything that you're doing from a lead generation perspective that or for a listing generation perspective that we should take a look at and model? Well, a lot of these are older. I'm just going to do one more round here. I got to deselect all the new ones because they're on they're still in a campaign. There's probably a better way to do this, but I'm not going to take the time to figure that out with you guys on here right this second. Almost there. By the way, this is I think this is critical for you guys. So since I turned back on my new construction campaign, I already have 3 clients that have come from the core and the secondary offers that are part of that campaign. 3 clients in about a week's time. Now, we're not under contract with any of them yet, but we're active, pre-approved, looking, making stuff happen. So, all right, let's see. Any other comments, questions, thoughts, or ideas? So needed to see these scripts. Lisa says, sometimes we get wrapped up in the latest and greatest that we forget about the oldies but goodies. Thank you for this today. Got ideas how to freshen up my dusty stuff now. Yeah, totally. And that's exactly, Lisa, that's exactly what I was thinking as I was going through them. You know, like, it's just we forget about them. You know, I went, into the archives and just started pulling up different things. And I was like, oh, that's a good one. I haven't even used that in, X amount of time. And oh yeah, that's a great one. I got to get that one dusted off and ready. Lisa says, I put them on a recurring email / text every 10 days of the activity, their specific subdivision, and ask when you're ready. Yep. Great ideas. Thank you for that. Oh, I already got somebody that said, yes, we do. And then I've gotten some that have said no. Somebody asked to take me off the list. That's fine. Listen, all of these things are good. We want a response. And so here's an important thing. Just to, I think just another good reminder is that these types of scripts are designed to give us an opportunity to determine when and what is the next action step for that potential client, right? Is it them getting pre-approved? Is it a custom list? Is it going out to tour properties? Is it, you know, is it to follow up with them in a month, 3 months, 6 months, right? There's no right or wrong answer. It's just, you know, we're just trying to get those conversations started, right? So we can determine that. So we can keep our pipeline of now opportunities full, but also build that pipeline of future opportunities. Okay. Oh, I had another lead come in while we were on here. I'm not sure what that tracked call will do. I'm not sure what will do is, but so I'll let's see. Oh, somebody already bought one. Man, I missed it. Before I had some of the better systems in place and automation and okay. So so they said we do. What should I? How should I respond? What or how? So this was. And remember, this was the reverse psychology script that we started with. I know you're not looking to make a move right now, but when you are ready, do you have a home to sell first? Okay. What would be a good follow-up? And I know there's a little bit of a lag or a little bit of a delay. Oh, the 3 free offers for sellers. Yes, Lisa, I will definitely add that. That's a great one. But how should we, I would love to get some crowdsourced feedback here. I mean, I have some thoughts, obviously, but I always love to hear the comments from the group here. Anyone? All right. Well, I'm sure we'll probably get some good ones in here in a minute. Do you have a specific time frame in mind that you're looking to make a move? Okay, that's one way, right? Do you have a specific time frame? Is there a specific school district you're looking to be in? That would be another one. Where are you planning to move to? Yep. That so I like that. I like whenever. You know what? I think I like the way I had it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to think about that. I don't know that I love that one. Now, this one said, no, they don't. We'll just say, gotcha. Ready, is there a specific area or district to be in? Okay, that's another way. We can follow up with that. See, it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't really matter, yes or no. Now, I realize that the gist of today was the seller scripts, but we want to follow up with everybody, right? We want to maximize every opportunity. So, all right, I think we're over a half an hour here, and I want to let everybody get to actually utilizing these scripts. So as soon as I close this down, I'll add the link to this document. I'll add some notes as well, some additional notes. And then, as always, if there is anything at all I can do to help or support you, please do not hesitate to reach out. If you would like to, if you'd like to chat about us building out one of the client acquisition pipelines, the new construction, homes with land, luxury. If you want to talk about that and the different options for one time or ongoing, you can shoot me a private message, call, text, email, schedule a time at josh15.com. If there's anything else we can do for you, please don't hesitate to ask. Let's get to taking action. And I would love, please, 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 here's what would, here's what I would really appreciate is if you would implement, take action, and then share your results, good, bad, or ugly, in the group here. Whether it's later today, tomorrow, later this week, please do that. And I got distracted because more responses are coming in. So for example, that the one that I asked the time frame, they said, not really. Okay. So I can ask a follow-up. Okay, I get it. What about, are you looking in a specific school district? Things of that nature. And that person just may not be that motivated, and that's fine, right? Ultimately, it's a numbers game, but it's about people, okay? So it does come down to numbers, but you have to remember that every number is a person, okay? And so we want to treat people with a focus on relationship first. I got another one that just said yes, Scott as well. So I'm going to get to following up with those folks. As I said, if there's anything we can do to help you, please let me know. Have a great rest of the week. Take care and talk soon. And oh, by the way, if you didn't see yesterday's on expenses versus investments, you should check out that live as well.